Rally GB is one of the oldest and most prestigious WRC events on the calendar. It was traditionally the closing rally of the season and as a result has seen its fair share of drama as the race for the title has gone down to the wire. Here is a selection of our favourite championship showdowns from years gone by. We have to start with 1995 and the one and only Colin McRae. The Scot was in a fierce battle for the title with his Subaru teammate Carlos Sainz. A battle that boiled over on the previous rally in Spain when Colin ignored team orders to hold station and let Sainz take the rally win. McRae kept pushing and eventually won the rally, but was forced to take a time penalty, dropping him back behind his title rival Sainz. The Scot was not a happy man. That meant it all came down to the final rally in GB, with both drivers tied on 70 points. Colin was in determined mood after the disappointment of Spain and took an early lead, but Carlos, the master tactician, hit back and led from stages 9 to 20. McRae, however, was not done yet. He won the last 10 stages of the rally to take his second GB victory in a row, and in doing so became Britain's first and youngest ever World Rally Champion. Jump forward 8 years to 2003. On this occasion it was a three-way battle coming into the season finale in GB. Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Loeb led the title race, both tied on 63 points, with Subaru's Petter Solberg 1 point behind the two Citroën drivers. Sainz's hopes were dashed early on as he slid off and out of the rally, his Citroën stranded in a Welsh ditch. That made it Solberg versus Loeb, both men battling for their first world title. Loeb led early on, but Solberg's Subaru excelled in the tough conditions and the Norwegian took the rally lead. Loeb chased him to the finish, but with his Citroën team on the verge of taking their first ever manufacturer's title, the Frenchman was not in a position to risk everything in pursuit of the Drivers' Championship. For Petter though, it was his time. The Norwegian steered his Subaru through Margam Park to claim his one and only driver's title and celebrated in style as only Mr. Hollywood knows how. 2009 and another brilliant finish to the season. Ford's Mikko Hirvonen had tracked the world champion Sebastian Loeb all season and arrived at Rally GB with a 1 point lead over the Frenchman. Extreme weather conditions greeted the cruise with gale force winds and torrential rain adding to the pressure. All Mikko needed to do was stay ahead and the world championship would be his. But Loeb wasn't going to back down easily, taking the rally lead early on day one. Hirvonen hit back on Saturday, closing in on Loeb and the Drivers' Championship, but sadly it literally all fell apart. A heavy landing after a huge jump caused one of the bonnet hinges to fail on his Ford Focus, and with his vision severely impaired, Mikko was forced to stop in the stage so his co-driver Jarmo Leighton could get out and clear the bonnet from the car. To add insult to injury, Loeb was hit with technical issues and he had to nurse his 6 Citroën through to the finish. Mikko pushed hard, but he was not able to make up for that minute lost. It was the closest he would ever get to becoming a world champion. He had to settle for the runner-up position 4 times. Sebastian Loeb was a relieved man at the finish though. He claimed his 5th title by a single point.
Well done to Citroën. Well done to Sebastian Loeb.
That leaves us with 1998 and probably the most famous finish to any WRC season. Coming into the final round, Tommy Mäkinen led Carlos Sainz by 2 points and was on course to collect his 3rd title in as many years. But Tommy had an unlucky start to the rally as he drifted wide on oil dropped by a historic car and ripped the rear right off his Mitsubishi on the opening day. 4th or better was now enough for Sainz to become champion. The Spaniard, with all his experience, steered his Toyota through the remaining stages. Just one remained, Margam Park. The stage began well, but with the end of the rally and the season just 300 metres away, the Toyota's engine let go and the Corolla WRC famously ground to a halt with the finish line literally within sight. Frantic scenes followed. The car was done and the championship was gone. Sainz would go no further and co-driver Lewis Moyer pitched his helmet through the rear window in frustration. Incredibly, Macklin was on his way home and oblivious to the unfolding drama when he received a phone call from his brother to tell him he was the world champion. So there you go, just some of the amazing scenes from one of the legendary rallies of the year. More memories will be made in 2019 and you can watch them all unfold on Red Bull TV.